Hey guys, happy Monday. Some of you saw me on live stream earlier. If you didn't and you still have questions, I'll be back on tomorrow at 10. I'm going to link my live stream access code to your unified classroom pages for each day. So if you would like to join me on live stream, I'll be there tomorrow and pretty much every day until we figure out if we're going back to school. Today I'm going to be doing some subject-verb agreement reviews. Since I can't really teach anything new, we're just going to be reviewing stuff that we've already done. So today is just plain subject-verb agreement. Your assignment for today is going to be pretty short. I'll also put up a quizzes if you would like to, and I'll put up pictures of the anchor chart once I'm done. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or join me on my live stream tomorrow morning. Bye guys.
Good morning and welcome to my kitchen table for some subject-verb agreement review. I will post this video onto my unified page, and I'll also post screenshots of the actual anchor chart once it's done. So if you'd like to follow along and create this for yourself, please feel free. All right, so today we're just doing plain subject-verb agreement. So this is going to be pretty fast because we've pretty much gone over subject-verb agreement, and it should be something that we all remember. So we're going to start over here with a little bit of review. So the subject and the verb must, absolutely must, work together in the sentence. All right, so they have to work together in order to create correct subject-verb agreement. So the subject, just as a slight review, the subject is the who. So who is the sentence about? What are they doing? So the verb is going to be your what. So if you're talking who, subject would be like dog. If you're talking like what, then it's going to be ran. So dog is a person, place, or a thing. A verb is going to be separated into like 3 separate categories, which we're kind of going to talk about right now. We also did an anchor chart on this back when we were in school, but we're going to review it really fast just so you can refresh your memory. So remember, there are 3 different types of verbs. So the first one that we're all going to be pretty familiar with as far as verbs go are action verbs. So these are things you do. Such as run. The next type is going to be linking verbs. So linking verbs are going to do exactly what it sounds like they're going to do, and they are going to link the person to the action that they are doing. All right, and your last type of verb here is going to be your helping verb. So this is going to help the main verb. And the main verb is typically going to be an action verb. So the linking and the helping are where people get really confused sometimes. So remember, your linking and your helping verbs are words like is, was, are, were, have, has, be, been. All of those are going to be linking and helping verbs. So they're not going to be actions like you would say run or walk or talk. Those are all things that you can do actually. But these are going to be small words that are typically going to come right before your main action verb. Okay, so now let's get into the part where we talk about them having to match. So they have to match. What do I mean by that? All right, let's look. So if it's a singular subject, singular just means one thing. So dog. Dog is your singular subject. Now your singular verb, remember, it has to match up. So if it's singular here, it has to be singular down here. Now verbs are a little different when it comes to being singular and plural because it's going to be the opposite of what you would normally do for subjects. So a singular verb right here is going to end in an S. So singular verb must end in an S. It's got to, okay? So if dog is your subject right here and you're trying to create a singular verb, then it's going to be runs. The dog runs. So dog, singular, runs, singular. This is going to be a match. All right, so what does that mean for plurals? All right, so if you have a plural subject, that means it's going to be more than one. So dogs with an S right here. So remember, they have to match. Plural subject, you need a plural verb. So let's see what plural verbs look like. So a plural verb, they do not end in an S. So it's different than it would normally be for regular plural subjects because remember, subjects are nouns, people, places, things. So if you have a plural verb, it is not going to end in an S. So if you are trying to create a plural verb to go with this, so remember, singular, the dog runs. Here you would say, the dog will run. No S means that this is going to go together and it will match. All right. So the verb will always be the opposite of the subject. If you're looking at S's and no S's, so the verb will be the opposite of your subject. That is how they match, okay? So I know opposite and match don't typically go together, but remember, if the subject ends in an S, then your verb will not. But if your subject does end in an S, then your verb will not. So the verb will be the opposite of your subject. Okay, so a lot of people get really confused though when we talk about things like singular and plural when you have linking or helping verbs. These are not going to be as difficult as you think they will. So let's create a list right here of singular and plural helping verbs and linking verbs. So some singulars that you have. So is going to be singular over here. Was, has, all of those are going to be singular. So that means you are talking about one noun. Some plurals, it's going to be, or are going to be, are, were, have. All of these are going to be plural, which means you have more than one noun. So you wouldn't say, here's your example. You wouldn't say, Miss A.G. are at home. All right, so that doesn't make sense, right? Because your subject here is going to be Miss A.G. I am a singular subject. I am one person. All right, so we don't have an action verb here at the end. There's nothing like run, walk, talk, eat, sleep, jump. There's none of that. So you're going to have a helping verb. So it's going to help you or link over here to the side. So this is going to be your verb in this case. But we just talked about singulars versus plurals. So you know that are is a plural verb or plural helping or linking verb. So Miss A.G. is your singular subject, which means that your verb here is actually going to also have to be singular. So it's not are, it's going to be is, because I am a singular subject. All right, if you have any more questions on this, please feel free to message me. I will take pictures of this and post it on my Unified Classroom page. Tomorrow we're going to do a little bit more with subject-verb agreement, probably with some indefinite pronouns or some compound subjects. If you have any questions, I'll live stream tomorrow at 10. Please be available, and I'll be there to answer anything that you have. Thanks, guys.